Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are kicking off the week in Satisfactory. Why not Minecraft, you might ask, is because we have mods on the Citadel server, and when the new drop comes out for Minecraft today, the server won't be ready. We have to wait for a couple of mods to update. So we will keep our eyes on that though, and we'll be jumping back into Minecraft as soon as we can. You can also check out the Spawn Chunks podcast. Brand new episode is out right now. That's episode 342, where we recapped the entirety of Minecraft Live that happened this past weekend. That was on the 22nd, on Saturday. There's a live reaction video of myself and PixelRiffs co-streaming that over on twitch.tv/PixelRiffs, but you can also just go to thespawnchunks.com, see links to all the things that you need, as well as listen to our commentary and our podcast about it on whatever platform you want. We're available on Spotify, YouTube. The video version on YouTube is a great way to do it, actually, because you'll get some visuals as to what we were talking about. It's flying ghasts, the happy ghast that you can now ride on in the game, as well as vibrant visuals, bringing some of the shader type graphics to Minecraft. So some really cool stuff. And of course, all the new stuff coming from Spring to Life 1.21.5 is coming out today at some point. I wasn't going to count on streaming it today just in case they were late or they had to delay today. So we're going to be playing some Satisfactory. Kicking off the stream, Cosmic Dancer has resubscribed at tier 3, 80 months, 80. That's incredible, Cosmic. Thank you ever so much. I really appreciate the support. And of course, appreciate all the modding support as well. Snuggly Boo Bear, good to see you. Blast Jordan, hello, hello. Mosaic Dream is in the house. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. The weather around here cannot decide what it wants to do. It's cold one minute, it's hot one minute. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt, and then I'm back into sweatpants, and it's infuriating. Spring in the Maritimes. As a result, my studio is also hot and cold, depending on the time of day. We're going to jump right in. We're going to pick up where we left off, working on the steel decor. I've got some last minute touch-ups, I think, inside that need addressing. And then we're going to move on to the building next to it. And I don't think we're going to get into too much technical stuff today, but we'll see. We'll see what kind of trouble I can get into. So for anybody that's new, we've been basing this build off of Devastator, the 1980s combiner transformer, the Decepticon Constructicon behemoth. We have a lot of neon green and purple. We have purple train stations, neon green accents. And we have, of course, the Decepticon logo and chest plate hanging out in the distance there. Obviously, everything above that is pretty temporary looking. But you can see the design language we're going for on the bottom there. And you'll see more of that as we get a little bit closer. Let's go this way. So the last couple of streams we've been working on this building here, and this used to look pretty flat and boring, and now it looks a lot more Devastator-like. And one thing I want to do is I want to make a spot for an elevator that's out the front here, so we may have to look at that. There is an elevator at the back. We've got some decoration to do in here yet. Oh, not if my frame rate stays like this. I might have to restart the game. Yep. Let's fly away from this area and see if we can get our frame rate back. I wonder if it's the time of day causing the problem. No, doesn't look like it. Looks like I have to restart the save. Yeah, even my mouse has got frame rate issues. So it's obviously an entire system slowdown in the game. It's not just the frame rate. You've had some weird weather in the American Midwest as well, Snuggly. Blizzard and shorts weather before. Yep. Sounds about right. I walked home from the gym last week in a t-shirt, and then yesterday I was walking miserably with like a hoodie and a vest and a toque, and it was just unpleasant. The hard part around here this time of year is that it gets very damp. And then when it drops down to like 2 degrees, when it's wet and cold, it's just gross. Foggy and freezing a lot of the time. So these are the kind of things I want to add in that factory across the way, these little lights. We don't have them for, there's no assemblers in here, they're all constructors. What did I do over here? I feel like these are all just powered directly down below. Oh no, they've got like a little thing. I like these better. Yeah, you're in a pretty dry area, Snuggly. That's good. So hopefully this will not happen again. It does seem to happen in this area specifically. I do want to try to add things to these. They are powered by the nodes below. That's good. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to have to bail on this. I feel like this is going to have to go away. Yeah, so up here, these are now powered from below. And these are powered by... they're powered from above. So we'll have to do a little bit of a tidy up there. These we might just leave the way that they are. So up here it looks like this is what I wanted to do. And why are you... You're slow. Really? That's wild. Why are you not getting enough? Is it just that the manifold hasn't warmed up yet? Why are you only producing 94% when you've got more than enough? I'm having this issue across the board, and I don't know why. Like, it doesn't make any sense. We're full of material. There's no reason why these should not be producing at 100%. And maybe it's just a misread. But I'm pretty sure it stalls. So that was at 94 before, now it's at 98. Blast Jordan says I live in a tropical belt and has been deathly uncomfortable with the heat and moisture. One of the gifts of spring. Oh yeah. I'd imagine. Summer must be really gross. Or do you see that many swings in temperature? You probably wouldn't, I guess. So I do like the idea of having these appear offset. And I think what we're going to do is add a sign. I think just to 2 sides. Like that. Oh, we're in the dark. That'll line up well for our bricks today, I guess. And the idea was then to have some trim in here that would also work for this. That would match with that, and then this would go along here, and then I guess we would probably go with this. I don't mind the depth, but I don't like the size there. Maybe we go with back to that. When we left last time, we hadn't finished the interior. I think that looks okay. Do we want this to come down, I wonder? That looks all right. Sure. I think that's giving us a healthy amount of stuff to play with. Probably don't need these then. Swings in temperature, no. We rarely see anything below 16 degrees. But when it's hot, it's really hot. Wow. You know, I think I might like this better without this. Oh, I guess we can't do that there. Apparently, Blast Jordan is not meant for winter temperatures. It wouldn't last very long in Canada, that's for sure. Now, I guess along here, I'm gonna want to do something like this. All right, we've got a weird angle here. Front and the back of the building are not the same. Grumpa, hello, hello, welcome in. What I might do here is a beam. Just to kind of finish off that corner. It looks a little bit funny. I guess the other thing we could try here is going all the way up to the top. Kind of a special case. Yeah, I think I like that better. I guess we could go in the back for depth. Nope. And if we come out front, it might eliminate the need for the beam. Oh, no. It doesn't, but it makes it look better. So we'll go with that. And I guess here, go with this. So I still have to have something back there. Cool. This I almost want to have a different texture. Yeah. I think that looks pretty good. guess we want to stick with the orange. The orange is what I was doing downstairs because I thought it matched steel production. SweetSandi, hello. Now this, we have not decided what's happening here yet. So I'll just leave that like that for now. So we don't know what's happening with the roof next door, so I can't go in and do anything along there. Now here, we've got it cut off, so I can just leave this the way that it is, I think. And I'm okay with that. So the next thing is to make one of these as a blueprint. I think that's the next step. I mean, I guess I should check to see if I have one already. I don't think I do. Assembler power decor. Oh, I do have one. Nice. That's the wrong color. Okay. Well, that'll be easy enough to change. Really starting to notice the frame rate issues, especially in the hypertubes. All of a sudden my tab menu doesn't work anymore? What's going on? Weird. I don't know if a constructor and an assembler have the same height for their power node. It looks like they do. Yeah. Okay. So this should be able to work just fine then. Is that the right way? Yeah, I guess that's the way we would want it. Beam connector, and lights, and check the color. Gotta go get some more quartz crystals. Yeah, it's a little concerning, the frame rate now. I'm not sure what I can do to change that. Like, it is really choppy through here. I think that probably makes sense. Sorry, now I just have to add these along the way. Definitely saves a lot of time. I like that the blueprint is giving us a little white line showing that we've lined up with the other one. Oh yeah, that looks cool. Okay. Oh, we've got another row too. Thanks for the lurk, Snuggly. Appreciate it. If anybody wants to spread the word, there's a post on Twitter There's a post on Blue Sky. There's a post in Discord. I managed to figure out how to get StreamerBot to automatically post to Discord when I go live. The problem is that I can't customize it as much as I want to. Like, I want it to be able to smartly pull the category from Twitch and say, you know, day of the week, Tuesday, stream category Satisfactory is live now, but I can't seem to figure out how to do it. I can get StreamerBot to change the category based on what game I've loaded, but that doesn't really help the Discord. No worries, Sandy. Thanks for the quick hangout. Appreciate the lurk. Absolutely share the stream with your friends if you think that they might want to come in and lurk. I don't mind. We're trying to get more eyeballs on the stream so that Twitch shows us as a bit higher in the streaming channels. We had a number of new people come in last week that have just found us randomly while we were on Twitch, which I thought was cool. Alright, so that's the details there done. I don't think I need anything else in here. I think I might want to have like an angled in here. I think that's just one wide. So what we'll do here is probably have 2-meter ramp. That's actually not so bad. Good enough for now. Got some lights downstairs that we can bring up to echo some design features. I think one is probably fine. If I ever get Lumen, this place is going to look really cool. I shouldn't say get it. If I'm ever able to run Lumen, And this will look pretty cool. I wish that the layouts would cross sign designs sometimes. Whoop. Don't think I missed anything. I guess the only thing to consider would be where these walkways are coming from. Oh, this needs an outside too, doesn't it? Probably just mimic this 2 meter and a 1 meter ramp. I did have green stuff on the side. Pretty easy. Guess we could try to make them different colors too. Be cool to have different doors and stuff like that with the new update. I feel like we can probably just take this along. Probably here, actually. Just give it a little bit of a design. And then I feel like we should probably have this all be flat. I try to leave some of these panels together because it adds some detail. And I don't think we need any of this. I'm going to leave the guts in there just in case. I think I would prefer having an angled here. Probably do the same thing there. You know, I don't think I'm crazy about that above the door. Alright, so that's a good basic one. I feel like could leave at least something up there. It's actually getting a little bit hard to aim as the frame rate drops a bit. That's not great. I think I like that. Sort of looks like it's gripping the door or gripping the walkway. Maybe we need to have door come out a little bit. Yeah. I think I like that better. Now here, I think we'll probably bring this pillar back. We'll lose some wall in here. But I like the idea of this kind of like coming off at an angle. Actually, you know what? We might want to do something. Maybe I want to come back down from the top as well. We've got this roof that's coming out here. That's attaching to nothing. I feel like we might... I can't really move that out, can I? I guess we could expand the elevator. Not gonna look as cool though. Yeah, it does not work. That's okay. We'll have to go a little bit heavier down the bottom here. Does that work? Still need something in there. This needs a floor anyway. And this is not yet attached to the next room, I don't think. I don't have any back doors in this build, which is a little annoying. Yeah, I was looking forward to elevators as well. I was watching somebody else's take on the update video, and I was really getting some ideas for elevators. I think that could probably work. And then all I have to do is just fill that in and eliminate some of these. Sucks that we have to build so many of these. It adds to all the different objects. Squeal it, hello, welcome in. Hope you're having a good week so far. Another door here anyway. Alright, so I don't mind filling that in, that's fine. I do... It needs to have a little bit more separation here. Feels very Transformer-like, I think. This is feeling kind of light, so maybe we'll add in a couple here. I think that maintains the coolness of the elevator, but then that works for that corner. Now, Looks like we were planning on having doors here. We have a whole other row to consider here. ISO Chronics. Hi folks, long time Spawn Chunks listener, first time stream lurker. Welcome in. Thanks for the lurk. And thanks for listening to the podcast. Hope you're having a good day. I guess I should really think as to whether these things are gonna stick around before I start doing too much. Like, I'm not even sure if this is going to be an outside space. But I know we can see it from different angles, so I'm trying to fill in all the gaps best I can. It's simple but effective. I don't know about those. Wondering if we should maybe space them out. Five. These might just be better on the ground. Yeah. Great afternoon in Ontario. Yo, you're Canadian too. That's awesome. Enjoying some time off to watch the internet tubes. Good stuff. Well, thanks very much for coming by. I really appreciate it. Tell all your friends. Subtle plug. Ah, SweetSandi, yeah, I'm going to wait for the sun to go down. I think I had to reset the game, so we got to be close. I can't see it, so it's over here somewhere. I think we're just a little bit past an hour. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. This feels kind of funny. I almost want to have like another piece in there for the overlap, you know? Oh, Pix ended his stream? Yeah. He didn't rate anybody else on the, what's it called? The mythical... what's it called? Misadventures SMP. How was that stream? I haven't watched his video yet. I think this actually looks better if we go all the way down. Yeah, looks more intentional. It's hard when things are not symmetrical. Paint these all the same color. I guess we'll add a little railing back here too. Why not? Now here we can probably do something fun, like add in like a overlapping bulkhead. What color is that? Gray. Nope. Someone was speculating, I was watching on YouTube, that there might be more walls and stuff coming with update 1.1. I hope they're right. Yeah, it does look a little bit silly there, doesn't it? Almost like it needs to be higher. That's a little bit better. Oh, you know what we could do? I'm going to wrap this around. Now that feels funny, but there's nothing we can really do there outside of maybe a beam. MindTripMedia, thanks very much for the lurk. Appreciate it. Close as you can get to a half wall. Appreciate the bits as always. Okay, so we've got that taken care of. We did this other floor. I guess we have to do what would be the interior here. One, two, three. Odd. Oh, that doesn't work. There goes the light. Copy paste before I lose the sun. Too late. For anybody that's new to the channel, we take a break about once an hour. It's getting up on that time now. What if that would look better, darker? Yeah, let's go with that. So I jump on the break train. You guys get to ride around the world and see a few more things about this build. And I get to make more coffee. Get a little bit of a stretch. And as I mentioned before, there are a number of ways to share the stream. There's a post on Twitter, a post on Blue Sky, and a post on Instagram stories. You want to go ahead and share it. I would very much appreciate it. I'll be right back. think I need to take one of the items off of the timetable. Wheeljack, Megatron, Devastator. I think maybe if I take off the nitrogen gas, that will be a little bit better. Weird that we didn't pull into Megatron. Odd. Just can't quite make that jump. Alright, so we were on this floor. We added in the light. And then we have to do the same thing down here. This place doesn't even have any walls. Thank you, Sandy. Appreciate it. I don't remember what I did upstairs. And then downstairs is the same. Just went over the top of the elevator. Probably just go up to it and stop. I think we're going to be running into more frame rate issues, unfortunately. Why are you not letting me do the thing? Easily done. Now here it might be cool to leave this open. Be fun in there. I've got a piece on the other stuff as well. Yeah. Now we might want to maybe add some color in here. That's the outside. I guess this is okay being green. I may or may not keep that. I don't know. Make sure I got all the right walls in. Yeah, okay, cool. Now, this is a slightly different shape. I think we can make this work. Oh, I never thought about this. We're going to cover up some of the wall outlets. That's good. I don't mind that. Now I feel like we had some big changes up here with the roof. So down here, I maybe want to stick closer to what we did down on this level. And that's just go from 3 down to 2 and then back down to 3 again. Not what Kermit the Frog says. Let's go maybe there. How far away was that from the corner? 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. That works out. And then I guess we could put the light in here somewhere. Six. So 2. Let's see how that looks. I might want to make this change here. And I don't know. Oh, this is a different level, isn't it? Yeah, not that we can't go down. I don't know yet if we're going to have walkways between the two. We probably should. Doesn't quite line up with this one. I think there's stuff behind here. Yeah. It's alright. A little asymmetry doesn't hurt. Here we could actually use stairs, which is kind of fun. I've been using ramps a lot. I wonder which would be better. I find the ramps look more like Transformer type stuff. You know, I think I might go with the ramp. Stairs are cool and all, but they do sort of look terrestrial. I guess this could be bigger, couldn't it? Nice. Now I should be able to bring these down with a nice angled wall. And then just have the reverse in through here. Cool. Oh, I guess I shouldn't get too carried away with that just yet. We'll be into the next room soon enough. Potentially put a door there. Now we have to figure out how to close this off. Actually, you know what? It's probably going to be the next building that cuts it off, so we'll just go straight to the edge here. same thing here. Standing on the belt. What happened there? Oh, those are the wrong material. I think I prefer these little trims inside the buildings to be thinner. I'm committing to the thicker one here, but I feel like I do prefer them thinner. Three. So we'll go one more. More and more of the buildings are starting to feel really done and finished. Thanks. Yeah, I feel like that too. It's the same sort of deal with Westhill. Like you take all this time to build everything out, and then ultimately you have to like go back and do the interiors or like the details, and it's those details that really help. I have no idea how I'm going to light this floor. I don't know if I can. I think unfortunately it's going to be a little bit tricky. I guess we'll just do this again. It's pretty easy. I do find that changing your default palette is very handy. It saves a lot of double clicking and repainting things. Connect it up. And I think that's it for the inside. At least as far as I can get right now. I do find it strange, excuse me, I do find it strange when you can see the green walls in there. A little bit odd. I guess the only way to really fix that would be to cap this, maybe? Yeah, it helps a little bit. There. I feel like that feels pretty intentional now. So I did not do anything along here with the power. I feel like I should probably do that. It's going to be a little bit weird. I don't know if this is going to look good. You know, I kind of think because they're connected to the ceiling, I feel like we might want to leave that. What I could do is add a beam on the ceiling, maybe. That's actually not bad. Holy smoke. Wow. Thank you so much. Coffee stain. Let's get out where y'all can see what we're doing. Thank you ever so much. Welcome in, folks. Let's fly out where we can see the money. Holy cow. Thank you ever so much for sharing the viewers from the dev stream, I'm assuming. Dr. Emmett, hello. MXAC. Coffee Stain Studio Devs, thanks again for the raid. 637 people. Holy crap. Dr. Emmett, thanks very much. I'm glad that you like it. Appreciate that. Desi Games, welcome in. Frank's Place, hello. Upload this to Reddit so Coffee Stain can show this. I will. It's not done. It's not finished. We have a lot of unfinished looking stuff. This is the building we've been working on today, on the inside, making it look a little bit more like a transformer. This is the steel factory. You can see it's got the steel pipes coming out on both sides, and that's joining the main bus down here. That's all leading to the trash compactor, essentially. Thank you for the follows. Wow, folks, really appreciate it. Status is nothing is in stasis, nothing is ever done. That's fair. Thanks, Michael. Cheers, folks. I'm gonna flip over just quickly here. Welcome in, everyone. If you are new to the channel, my name is Joel Duggan. I'm a podcaster and a streamer here on Twitch. I do the Spawn Chunks podcast with Pixel Riffs. It's all about Minecraft. And I do the Citadel Cafe podcast, all about sci-fi and fantasy entertainment. We do talk about Satisfactory on the Citadel Cafe sometimes. There's a new episode of the Spawn Chunks out right now. You can find that on your favorite podcast app, Spotify, YouTube, wherever. Just look for the Spawn Chunks. And of course, you can follow me on social media at Joel Duggan pretty much everywhere. Coffee Stain Devs, again, thank you ever so much for the wonderful raid. I really appreciate it. So let's back up. Let's get in the hypertube so y'all can see the goods, and then we'll take a walk around. Olin99, hello, welcome in. We're in the Dune Desert, or above the Dune Desert, I guess I should say. Not the Dune Desert, Rocky Desert. Rocky Desert. We've got about 1,500 hours in the game, I think. Thanks for sharing those links in chat. Appreciate it, Sandy. So, this is the main train station where all of the goods are coming in. You can see a train coming in now. We're pulling in from the western slopes, whatever that is, the grassy fields or the green shores, Green Valley, something like that. And then we have a couple of trains going up here for coal. You can just about see the coal drop off right there. And then bauxite is way up in the middle of the map there. And we're bringing in bauxite from up there too. We also have a large power facility, which I will show you. But this is Devastator. And we are basing the build off of the 1980s Transformer Combiner Decepticon, the Constructicons. And so all of our trains are named after the Constructicons. We've got Scavenger and Hook and Mixmaster, and those are all the different trains. And then everything is going underneath the train station and going on to the main bus. And so we'll take a walk along that now. Terrible timing, says James, off to the pub. Hey, look, I'm jealous. I would love to be off to a pub right now. Thanks again for coming in. Appreciate the follow. I'm sure we'll see you again. So this is where all of the stuff from the train station gets emptied out. As you can see, not all of our belts are being used just yet, so we've got room to expand. But a lot of the stuff here on the left-hand side is very busy. That's our bauxite, quartz, coal, all that kind of stuff. And that all flows down the middle. Swagnilla Ice coming in with another raid. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. BFM, thanks very much. Appreciate the compliment. It's a lot of nudging. A lot of nudging to create depth. And I have a background as an illustrator and a designer, so it does help when you are a bit artistic. And you can come up with some of these designs and shapes and stuff like that. I mean, like I'm using some reference. Like I'm coming up with the colors and the design shapes there. This was very heavily influenced by those images, of course. And we'll get there. I also really like the idea of having hover tracks. I did a couple of playthroughs. This is the longest one, but the Cybertron playthrough I did when 1.0 came out, there's a playlist on Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube, and that's where we came up with designing these hover tracks. So I don't have to put stuff going down to the ground when we do tracks. I just thought with the Transformers, it's kind of like their Energon signature, right? That things kind of float. And if you watched Transformers 1, that animated movie, they have floating train tracks in that too, which is cool. Not everything is running efficiently, so we are still working out some kinks there. But when you go inside these buildings, it's all kind of standard stuff. They're decorated inside. I tried to take some shape language and stuff from the Transformers and the Cybertron designs and kind of bring them in. Sometimes we've got signs around marking where things are going. This is all copper. So we've got all of our copper coming in through here. That's coming in from, that's coming in from the main bus. And whenever we take stuff off the main bus, we just grab a splitter and bring it down and around. And like I said, we've still got some bottlenecks, so not everything is flowing 100%. And folks in my chat, of course, I mean, I'm assuming you're following Coffee Stain Devs on Twitch, but if you're not, you should. Swagnilla Ice, I'm doing well. Thanks very much. You just came in with a raid from the Coffee Stain Studios as well. Second raid in like 5 minutes. So thanks very much. Like 1985 all over again. Thanks very much. Appreciate the follows, folks. Very, very kind of you. So the floors above us are just more copper production. It's just a lot of constructors doing wire and sending it down. This looks like it's being kind of slow. Why are you slow? Do you have a slow lift somewhere? Mark 5. No. Don't know why it's slow. Anyway, some of this stuff is still being finished up because we are still connecting the buildings. But this is kind of the design we wanted to go for, with like kind of an open concept roof. And it kind of looks like a vent or grate when you're up top, which is kind of fun. And then the building next to it, as you would expect, is all the iron production coming in. So we've got plates, ingots, rods, but no screws. We were making screws, but then we were able to get a recipe that allowed us to skip them. So we're not making screws. The orange color is this one. So I went through and I made all these primary colors based on the transformers. So that's the orange color there, if you like it. I'm not exactly sure where it is on the wheel. So 15 for the orange, and then about almost saturated. So then this is all of the iron, and we kept these open so it's easy to fly from floor to floor, and there's even more space up here. All the smelters are in this wing over here. They're just all stacked on top of each other. These are turned off, as I mentioned. These were the screws. And then we've got all of the production coming up here. What's weird, I do find that I'm getting a lot of these 98% with these guys just straight up stalling for no reason. They've got plenty of goods, and they're not blocked on the output. But every once in a while, they all just shut down and start up again. And I don't know what's going on. But I don't have 100% on anything. It's always like 98 or 94. So as I mentioned, the building that we've been working on is this one. So the front of this used to look like this, which is just kind of all placeholder, rough framing. And then down here, we started making it look like all of the other buildings with the front doors and the lights and different details. And this is all of our steel production. And this just goes straight up into steel pipes. And another floor of steel pipes. And they are all getting sent out the front there. And then they travel down. Come out here. This was a fun little design to make. And again, a lot of this is just nudging. I feel like the level of depth and detail you can get now from nudging pieces around is just super cool. And then these are all connecting up to the main bus. You can see them there. And they go down. And then eventually they get sucked over to do like heavy modular frames and stuff like that. We are at tier 8.4, so I'm in the process of trying to gear up and make thermal propulsion units. Our next step is radio control units, and we have to make those over here, I think, because we need crystal oscillators. So this is all of our stators and motors going along. Motors are up top. And then this all comes out and goes over here. Right now, all of this is just being sunk just to kind of keep everything flowing. And see, we've got our motors there. But this will eventually be where we make our radio control units. And there's something else that has to be over here. Turbo motors? Something like that. You like the belt with the pillars? Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I like insetting the belts. I think it's a fun way to display. Like, it's not the most efficient way to do things. You have to loop things around, but it does look cool. I did that over here with my aluminum as well. Quartz is not finished. We have to redo the quartz. But you can see like aluminum comes out here and quartz comes out or goes in there. But the aluminum upstairs has those sunken belts as well, which I really like. So I like this look. I like being able to see everything. We could have everything kind of come out here under the ground and just, it all just could come out there, right? But it's more fun to see it, I think. And then all of our aluminum is next door. Again, some of this stuff has not been finished behind the scenes. Actually, our downstairs aluminum is pretty cool looking. I should bounce outside and show you that. And then we get to the back where it's not, there's no back to the base just yet. But we're doing, I think it's sloppy aluminum, where it's just bauxite and coal and water. And so in here, we've got all of the bauxite and stuff, scrap going up to the next floor. And again, not running very efficiently because we've got some issues. BFM, unfortunately, you need to go prepare for a meeting. No worries. Thanks very much for coming in with the stream or with the raid. And by all means, hopefully we'll see you again. Appreciate the follow. Black Warrior, thanks again for the follow. Appreciate it. Angry Scotsman, thank you. Yeah, I quite like it. Let's just jump up to the top here. Give you a bird's eye view. Oh, before I go up. At the end of the main bus, it's a little bit hectic right now, but we've got all of the stuff that's not being used. It's all being set out to a garbage chute. And so we've got all the stuff that's currently not being used, and we've just got lots and lots of awesome sinks, just kind of crushing everything. And we've got our manual temporary storage up here, which is just for all of our building. But if I go up to where I'm going to put the main storage room, which is at the very, very top. This is eventually where we're going to put the storage. The view from up here is pretty cool. You can start to see how everything kind of ties together. It'll be really good when we get a roof on this section, because then it won't feel so open. And this was inspired by the top of the dump truck. So if you look at Devastator's left leg, can you see my mouse? No, you can't. There's like a grill, kind of like on the top of the dump truck. Sorry, not the dump truck. The Mixmaster, the cement truck. Where's the dump truck? I don't think there is a dump truck. Maybe the dump truck is the body. Anyway, just different bits of shape language from the design of the Transformer. And of course, before we move on, this is of the Decepticon logo, and all it is pixel art. So these are all just like little 5-meter sign, 0.5 meter signs. So I just did some pixel art for the Decepticon logo. Olin, thanks very much. Appreciate it. And everything's being powered by that monstrosity down there. And that is the Megatron power facility. It's 120, I think, fuel generators or more. There's 25 on each arm times 16. So 240, something like that. And that is all with 4 crude oil nodes, the 4 that are over on the coast there. And we used, what recipe did we use? It was called diluted fuel. Yeah. Diluted fuel, 400 fuel generators, and it makes a little over 60,000 megawatts. That's a huge facility as well. And unfortunately what happened was I connected my saves together. My Cybertron save in the green grassy fields, when I brought it over, some of our pallets were overwritten, and I had a different pallet here. And so Megatron used to be nice and gray. I'm not sure if we can see from here, but now it's green. the concrete's all green. So I have to go over the whole thing and change the colors. It's wild. So I think we've actually wrapped things up in here. We're going to be on to the next building soon. I don't think I'm going to do anything else in here with the power. These guys are all powered from below, so it's all pretty slick. I don't think I like that, though. Oh, that's why I can't get rid of it. I was like, why do I still have that there? But it's because I can't actually click it. That's annoying. Thought some of these were underproducing, but we should be okay. Yeah, 97. But why? Gonna be a good spot for the new elevator when it comes out. Oh, you know what? We haven't done the floor. Yeah. I think it was caution yellow. Put that on 3. So one thing I forgot to do. Oh, crap. I don't know what color that is. Looks like it's just black. Oh, that needs to be a corner. So what was everybody talking about on the dev stream today for Coffee Stain? Any new hints on the 1.1? Oh, this is going to be tricky. I'm going to have to put something interesting there to make that work. I do wish we had more options for some of these floor details. I do like the nice yellow highlight on the edge. Whoops. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Now I just have to figure out what to do here, because I'm not going to be able to do... I guess I could do like a double-sided one? Patterns. That sort of works. I don't have anything over here either. Maybe I should separate them? Yeah, that seems like a better idea. I'll just do this. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And then do we have to do the same thing up here? We do. Oh, these all have to be changed to asphalt too. Let's do... well, they're going to get changed to that color. Okay, do this first, I guess. This might be easier done underneath. A little bit easier to click around stuff. I say that. Oh no, here we go. Yeah, we definitely got some sort of slowdown. I think what happened was when I rerouted the belts and took them out into the main bus, the I got crossed. So I think that we're sending too much to a facility that doesn't need it and not enough to a facility that does. And I need to double check all of the overflows. The main bus overflow is still very much a mess. I need to tidy that up. And that was not supposed to go that way. Back up. And this floor, we're not sure if we're going to hook up to the next room without a wall. I think we might just leave it open concept. That way it won't be as dark. I can't... I find that if I start to overload with a lot of lights in the game, I really start to get a low frame rate. So I've been trying to do more natural light as best I can. Which I find, like, even during the day in Satisfactory, I do find it's a lot easier to have skylights in your factories. So even though it's very much like a Cybertronian inspired build, I'm still trying to keep it functional for us as a player, but also it's not meant to be Cybertron, it's just meant to be Cybertron inspired. Almost there, and it looks like we're losing the sunshine. Speaking of light. All right, let's quickly color these. And by quickly, I mean carefully. There's always so much to click on.
Perhaps you enjoy the challenge of blindly stumbling through tasks in low visibility. Try not to walk off a cliff. Replacing pioneers is inconvenient.
Thank you for the break reminder, Cosmic. Much appreciated. Right, that's that one done. So now we just have to do this. Yeah, that was a fun custom thing to do for StreamerBot. We've got a couple different things that Ada says, since it's a Google text-to-speech voice. There. Nice. All right, let's go. So for folks that are just coming in with that that raid, I take a short break every hour, and what I do is I jump on a train and send it around the world to a bunch of different places. So if you're new to the stream, then you're going to get to see the grassy fields, you get to see the Megatron power plant. Again, the Megatron power plant's unfinished, but the stuff in the grassy fields is done, and gives me a chance to refresh my water, and gives you all a chance to see a little bit more of the world. Everybody always has these cluttered work areas in Satisfactory, I find. Alright, I will be back in just a few minutes. So yeah, this is the Megatron build. What I'll do is I'll get off here, just so we can have a look for folks that have stuck around. So unfortunately, all the concrete is now green because I merged the saves. Oh, I shouldn't. Well, whatever. We'll be gone before that other train gets back. So in here, we've got all of the now miscolored. this was all nice and dark and green and or gray and blue and stuff. But this is all of the polymer resin and the heavy oil residue that's being turned into fuel. So there's tons of refineries up and down these aisles. All of the heavy oil residue is coming in from these pipes over here, from way over there. And then we just made like the spiral top part. That's where everything goes. So we've got these pipes going up in the corners for heavy oil residue and water. All of the water is kind of custom embedded water pumps over here. And they send everything this way, of course. And then it all goes up to blenders. Everything is completely miscolored. Eventually, though, we're going to have a design sort of like this, I think. Or was it this? Yeah, this one. This is the one that's closer to finished. Looks like that. And then those, again, send their stuff up higher. And that goes out into... Here's the fuel. And that goes out into these wings. Where's the wings? Yeah, goes out into these wings of all the fuel gens. So there's 25 on each wing, and then each floor has got 4 wings. It's wild. And then in here we're gonna have all of our battery power and stuff. Yeah, everything's all hooked up underneath. And that's how we deal with the power, and that gives us enough. We've not come even close to running out of power, so no complaints. Hey, the Nookie, how's it going? Okay, so you can see all the fuel gens. And the idea was to make it look like Megatron. I don't know if I have an image. Nope. Wheeljack. No, I don't think I have a Megatron image on my board. I used to. So yeah, we need to change it back to like the gunmetal gray. And now that we have the, what are they, the power augmenters, the summer sloop things, I'm going to put a couple of those on the top. I think that'll look pretty cool. Jam, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. So Devastator is still a shell at the back here. We're slowly but surely working on filling him in. Now I gotta figure out what we're gonna do next. Because that is, I think, a wrap on the steel building. As far as we can go, anyway. until we figure out what's happening next door. Yeah, I think this is all nice and finished. So then the question becomes, what do we do along here? And I much prefer these beefier, chunky windows to these little purple ones. So these, I think, are going to get a redesign. We've got the room to do it, I think. But over here, it looks like there's going to be some windows in there too. And I wouldn't mind having some of this stuff covered up. I feel like I want to highlight some of this. I don't want to redo everything, so we're going to leave all the machines where they are. I don't know about this export. I feel like that might be... See, this is something we could do a lot better when the new vertical mergers come in. That'll be nicer to do that way. That comes out here. I'm happy with the machine floors themselves. It's just the export, I think, that we need to figure out how we want to do it. A lot of it has to do with how we want this to show up here. So we've got rods coming in there. Rods coming in there. Is that this? That's this, I think. Yeah. And then the rods are split and brought up separately. They don't have to be split there. We could probably move those around a little bit. But you can see where I kind of want to put a window there. And you can see where I might want to just have a roof continue along here. We might have a little dip, but I feel like we were going to want some sort of roof. I feel like the window probably going to end up coming out to here. Be a different kind of looking window. Probably at least something like this. And if I do that, then that'll cover that up. Now, do I want... I might want to make the window a little bit wider. Three wide is not a very big window. Although, you know, maybe I don't want to run into too much there. Let's just get rid of you. We can keep things sort of hollow. It's kind of cheating a little bit. Now here, we could go solid. I don't mind these. They're just a weird... They kind of clip in through there. I got a funny feeling we're going to want to move those. Or make it a lot more intentional looking. Coming out through the middle or something. We don't have any floor holes on angles, which is unfortunate. I guess we could do like a floor hole. Sort of like on something like this. Maybe. I do kind of like that long slope though. I feel like it might be beneficial to have this at the same height. That's just gonna be there. Not sure what we can do given that it's only a half foundation, so we might have to change the way that this works. I think I'm gonna have to move this elevator. That will give way to probably more green here. I've not used a lot of round pieces in this build. Well, that looks kind of cool. I feel like this would go over farther. I'm not sure if that's too similar to the next door neighbor or not. I'm wondering if I might want to bring this up. It sort of works. I'm still not really sure what I'm doing with these. I guess I could maybe take them out. Do have the room there, so I could add in one of these maybe. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'd want to do it right from the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't do a lot of that either. I probably should. Having like the exposed rate. I do struggle sometimes with trying to figure out like what the detail is going to be. And if we change this to concrete and then color it. I don't know why that won't let me pick the right colors. It always picks the one right above what you select. It's a pain. That's better than the flat corner. What is this making? This is making plates and reinforced iron plates and modular frames. It's going to be a lot of gray inside. Not crazy about that. It's a little weird looking. Maybe this needs to be lower. Yeah, it's still not the best. Oh, that doesn't actually work over here, does it? Ah, crap. That actually looks better anyway. You know what? I think it was better without that. Thanks for the lurk, Nookie. Appreciate it. Alright, so that sort of handles what's going on in there. I really don't know what's happening here. Unfortunately, we need to keep this, I think. It doesn't quite mirror what we've got going on. I could bring this out to do that. It would give us more room back here to move things around. That's one way to do it. I do like how deep these doors are, though. If I did anything, I would maybe come back out here, but then we lose this cool window. I do sort of like that. Wondering if this is where we could showcase things going up and down. This might be the best place for that. Is the plan to make all the Transformers? No, I'm just grabbing the ones that I think are inspiring. Originally, the plan was just to make Devastator, but then as I needed more stuff, I thought, well, I'll just maybe make the power plant Megatron. And what would have been really funny had I been thinking is that this would have been a really cool color and concept for a nuclear power plant with all the neon green. But this is the main factory. So I thought a nuclear power plant would be cool for Shockwave, maybe. But when we combine the saves, there's a bunch of Autobot stuff happening in the grass fields, and then the Decepticons are all over this side. So I don't know. We'll see. To keep the game playable, I'm going to have to transition to more satellite factories as opposed to doing everything in one spot. See, I'm not sure. I guess we could just go straight across. If we did that, we'd probably be back in here. Oh, thanks so much, Snuggly. Really appreciate it. I'm glad you like it. So if we were to go on this side and kind of mirror everything, we've got 7. Dope Panda, thanks very much for the follow. Appreciate it. So it's unclear what's happening here. I guess we could maybe mirror this up here. It starts to take shape a little bit. For this to really look the part, we probably want to have a lip along there, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So here I could put these on the outside. Like we could totally put these lifts on the outside here. Or some of them. Is this, that's an import? Yeah. Yeah, so we could probably go for something like that. All the way up to here. And then we can make a sort of a design out of that. Try to make it look like part of the build, or cool to have some motion up there. I would like to try and have something encasing those a little bit. It's gonna look weird in there, but that's fine. Not quite enough. That could be kind of fun. I'm not sure whether we cover that entirely, whether we add something like a frame wall. Or we could go and add like a frame pillar. That could work too. I wonder if one of the big ones would work. Oh, maybe. I might have to rethink this thing that I just made, but... I'm not big on the diagonal part of it, though. Maybe we do both. Leave it sort of open in the middle, maybe? Glad you like it, Dopanda. Yeah, we're doing the Transformer theme. I do a lot of building and decorating and stuff in Minecraft, so it felt natural to do it over here. Oh, you know what? That's kind of need to get down like that, I guess. Or maybe we'll just go straight over. Cool. Thanks for the lurk, Squealet. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't mind these. I feel like we might want to put something behind them. I do like these little light additions, so we might want to do something like that back here as well. $11, so let's go maybe 8 or 5. 5. I do like that idea. Just wondering if that's the best position for it. Maybe it should be a little higher. Yeah, maybe. Then it doesn't really line up. That's right, we're going to adjust that later. Big Headface, hello. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. No idea if this is what this is going to look like. If we did that, it would probably actually be lower. end up being something like that because it would probably continue right along. And I mean, I guess we could even have this be class. Oh, can you not replace them? Huh. Thought you could replace them. Can't seem to find the stream schedule. When is the next Minecraft stream? Hard to believe I've only managed to make it to one of them. So I'm waiting until I can update Minecraft to 1.21.5. I just saw on my break that Sodium is updated, but there's a couple of other mods I need to make sure are ready. So it'll be in the next couple days. I'm going to be upgrading and playing as soon as I can, but it'll depend on. It'll depend on when those mods are updated. Yeah, I feel like that's a better look. I'm just wondering what we can do to make that look cooler. One thing we can do is just double the depth. Not sure about that. No, I think I prefer it green. That does feel more substantial, though. I might have to move those out farther. That's the thing that I got to be careful of, because I know that there's wall holes coming with Satisfactory 1.1, and so we wouldn't have to use these. I mean, I could also just get rid of this and then put in a single wall and still have it function, right? That kind of works. I feel like these need something in there too. Maybe not that. I'm trying not to like copy everything I'm doing, but sometimes it's nice to have a consistent language across the build. Yeah, those might be a little bit too close to that, so maybe this needs to have something more vertical. Or maybe we'll grab the purple. I need to do more of these angled cutaways. I find that they work out a lot better. This feels very plain. Yeah, I've got some tables and chairs stuff to do left on the Citadel, but I really, given that the new version of Minecraft just came out today, I really want to jump on and play like as soon as I can with the mods, and it shouldn't be too bad because it's just an incremental update. Like, it's not a huge drop, so we should be able to capitalize on that, and the mods probably won't take as long. That's kind of interesting. That doesn't really work. We could also have some lights along this too. Oh, wait a minute. This needs to get moved up, doesn't it? Maybe one more. I think I'm missing that over here too. Oh. What am I seeing over here? It's the way that the light is catching that, I guess. Oh, interesting. We have to do that first. Then add that. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think I want to make sure that we've got this sort it out too. I don't think we're going to do glass. We've got 2 of those that could be coming up. I wish we could do this in a way where this would be faced backwards and then it would show us the material going up instead. I also think about how we're going to power this. What is this actually how I've powered this? I think it is. Well, that's not great. You're coming up from down below. All right, so it's semi-organized. Sure. Yeah, this is going to be a tricky one. So this is all plates going upstairs. See, this is where I think we're going to have a lot more fun with vertical buses or vertical splitters and mergers and stuff. This is, oh, that's the overflow. It would be really cool to have like this go straight up and the overflow goes straight down. Potentially even from this one, right? Just have like a pillar go straight down to the ground. Actually, why isn't that? Oh, that's a merger, right? That's why. Might keep that. Well, folks, I think that's where I need to wrap things up for today. I'm going to send you along to somebody else playing Satisfactory. Let me just see if I can find somebody live doing things. There usually is. There is some Minecraft going on. Oh, Pixelriffs is back playing Elden Ring. Let's do... Wow, I don't see anybody playing Satisfactory. Atomfall. Oh, you're welcome, Snuggly. Appreciate it. Thanks for the kind words. I can go to Carnage for Atomfall. We can go to Mythical Sausage for Minecraft. Anybody have any preferences? Atomfall, I think, is a preview. That doesn't come out for a couple days. Isochronics, thanks very much. Appreciate it. Oh, I got this open. Not as cool. Streamer's choice. Cool. I'll send you all over to Co. Co is a fantastic streamer. So enjoy your time. I am again on social media at Joel Duggan. I am on the Spun Chunks podcast and the Citadel Cafe podcasts. That's actually what I have to go do now is edit a Citadel Cafe podcast. And so you can find those on your favorite podcasting app. You can find them both on YouTube. Listen wherever you'd like. They're both free. Appreciate it. And cheers for the support. Thanks again to Coffee Stain Devs for the raid today. That was epic. Really appreciate it. And I will see you all folks tomorrow. at 1 o'clock Atlantic. That's UTC minus 3 hours for now until this weekend when it goes back to 4. So thanks very much. I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.